Hi, my name is Will Stewart. I'm a 5th grade teacher and a co-founder of Edji. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the teacher side of using Edji. What can you learn? What can you do with the power that Edji gives you? Now, this video is not going to be as exciting as, say, Avengers Infinity War, but there are some prequels and you might want to check those out because if you're watching today, I'm assuming that you've already created a reading and maybe even shared that reading with students. First, let's take a look at a reading. I'm going to use the fur trade reading from a few videos back, but you can use any reading that your students have commented on. Go into your reading, and if it doesn't already display the join code, it's very easy to share. Simply go up into the upper right-hand corner, and if you want, you can actually click on that little key and it'll expand the code to make it much bigger. This is perfect for projecting up onto a whiteboard or a smartboard so that your students can see it. When you're ready to start reading with your class, go ahead and click close, and now the reading is back on the screen. Over on the left side of your screen, you're going to see some tools. We're going to go through these tools and how you can use them for yourself and for your students. Starting at the top, where it says students, this is a comment counter. This keeps track of how often students are commenting and how often they are replying to other students' comments. I can see that Shayla is commenting a lot. I can also see that Michaela hasn't really commented at all. This is an opportunity for me to check in with different students. Hey, I see you're really making sense of this text. There's a lot that's standing out to you. Or perhaps Shayla has a lot of questions and I want to talk to her about, okay, what are some of the big questions you have? Same thing with Michaela. I might want to ask, hey, I notice you're not interacting with this text a lot. Is it really, really clear to you? Or are you just kind of forgetting to stop and think about the text? I can also click on the magnifying glass and this will show me that student's reading. I won't see other students' comments, I will just see theirs. And this is an opportunity, once again, to really get to know that individual student and what they're doing with the text. So that's the student comment counter. Let's go down to the next tool on the left side. Heat vision. This is really simple. It's either on or off. When it's off, students have their own individual version of the reading. They can see their comments and they can see the teacher's comments. They cannot see other students' comments. To change that, simply click the button once and you'll see that the little oval turns blue and says on. That means that students are all together in this reading. They can see other students' comments, they can reply to other students' comments, and this is where that collaborative reading really starts to come together. There's value in turning it on and off and on again. Some teachers like to leave it off for an extended period of time and then turn it on at the very end for the discussion. You're going to find different ways of using it for different types of readings. Going back to the left side of the screen is the fire feed. This is probably my favorite tool just because it gets students so excited about the text and about their own ideas, which is really the greatest thing in the world. The fire feed is a running record of every comment that's being made in real time. So when a student highlights the text and shares their ideas, boom, it pops up on the fire feed. Initially, we designed this feature just to allow teachers to know what was happening in the text, but I quickly discovered with my students that the most powerful thing to do with the fire feed is to put it up on the projector where the entire class can see it. It's kind of a jumbotron effect, right? When you see yourself up on the big screen at the game, it's very exciting, and students have the same reaction when you put the fire feed up on the board. They make a comment and they get excited to see that their comment is up on the board. I'm going to move on to the last tool on the left-hand side of the screen. This is the questions. If you put questions into your text, you're going to want to use this to just keep track of who is answering and what they're saying. So I have 3 questions in this text, and I can see that 5 students have answered the first one, and 3 students have answered the second one. I'm going to look at this second question. I asked the students to summarize the text, and I only gave them the option to use emoji. That way they have to think symbolically about what happened in the text. Looking at Tommy's answer, he put a rabbit, thinking that means fur. He put some money signs, I'm thinking that means, again, commerce. And he also has some arrows going in and out. Now that one's kind of interesting. I'm thinking maybe that means the back and forth. But again, these emoji are a great opportunity to get students talking. And this question bar allows me to quickly see everybody's answer all at once. And the last thing with those questions is because you can place them statically in the text, I mean, they stay in one spot in the text, it's a nice way of gauging how far in the text they are. Because this second question was at the end of my reading, I assume that anyone who's answered it has read the entire text and they're thinking that they're done for now. So I probably want to check in with Ginger and Tommy and see what their plan is, what they're going to do next. All right, those are the 4 teacher tools. Don't go anywhere. Up next, I'm going to explain what I do with all of this data after the students have left, and sometimes even while they're still in the room. But if you've got to go, thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the Discover feed. Thanks.